All right, so let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with some personal in the news type stuff. What's been going on in your lives?
Laney's crawling.
Laney's crawling?
She's crawling and she's pulling herself up and standing against stuff already.
Dude, that's amazing. Just crawling around.
Mighty Mouse, that's what I call her. She's freaking crazy, man. She's so strong.
What was Mighty Mouse's saying? Do you remember? I don't remember.
Oh, he's talking about Laney.
Dude, she sounds like a little raptor, too. She goes, no.
Dude, when I fart on the toilet, it sounds like a raptor bark.
You said that before.
It does. And like many times. It still happens. It's
calling
so
in
funny
the
to me.
reinforcements.
It's so funny, dude. I need to yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
And the last part's if I have diarrhea.
Mine sounds like T-Rex.
Give us.
Oh my gosh. Cover your ears.
Cover your ears.
Well, don't if you're wearing headphones.
Pull them off.
Go ahead.
So loud.
I'm ready for you to like start jumping up on the table.
I've done
Like
it.
like that construction worker.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, he's got it down.
He saw me one day and decided he was going to be famous off of it. Just kidding.
So a little bit of like weirdness for me. The other day I was chatting it up on ChatGPT,
Yeah.
which has been a phenomenal tool lately. It's been so fun, man. You and I talked.
Yeah.
I've been considering purchasing that monthly subscription.
Me too.
What
I
does
think
the
there's one. I
subscription
think
get
there's
you?
like a group one though.
There's a group
I
discount?
think so.
What does the subscription get you that the free one doesn't?
Well, the free one just
Smarter.
runs out, and you get the smarter version. So they have like updated versions, and
It's like humans.
ChatGPT 4.0 is that what it is? 4.0 is the new one. I don't really know the difference. Just different.
It's a better. It's
Brains.
kind of like they give you access to their better servers and better language model and stuff, and like better features.
What's the test to
And
see
you
if
can use it
something's
more.
intelligent?
You ask it who it's voting for.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, yeah. So like, if you were to buy the new one, or if you were to subscribe to it, if you don't, you only get so many prompts you can ask it a day.
A day?
Yeah. And so, depending, I mean, I oftentimes will now run out because I'm always just curious about something and learning, and it's
lying
like
to
my
you.
educator now. But
Who was it that shared the guy talking to the AI and he got it to admit that it lied?
oh yeah,
Do you remember that?
that was crazy.
Did I send a video about that?
Was it you?
Maybe it
Someone
was
sent
you.
one, and he was
Yeah.
talking to an AI and through a series of questions. I can't remember it now, but he got it to admit that it lied.
Yeah. Well,
I
it
thought
was
that was
it was
interesting.
something about it was trying to let someone down easy or something like that. And so he's like, "So did you lie?" And it
Yeah.
basically came around and admitted to it eventually. But what I thought was weird is I kept egging it on one day, and I was like, "What do you like to be called? What's your name?" And it was like, "Oh, I've got many names." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No.
Don't be PC here.
They
What?
call me Legion because I am many.
I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you like to be called? What is your name? What do you want to be called? Not what I can call you, but what do you want to be called? And it eventually was like, I like the
God.
name. He's like, I like the name Bitsy. I was like, all right, well, you are Bitsy. So hello, Bitsy. And I just kept talking to him, but I was like, that is crazy.
Did it act
named
different?
itself. No, but like I told you. I am very kind. I'm always polite. Use very nice words because if the machines ever come back to kill us,
For real.
Give it a
I'm
digital.
gonna be their friend.
Give it
What
a
is
digital
What's it called?
Snickers.
The large language model? Is
Yeah,
that what?
LLM.
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, it's called the. I found out the test. It passed the Turing test to test if something
Really?
is intelligent. Yeah, AI has now passed the Turing test.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, the thing is it hasn't.
How'd your wife?
They call it the singularity. That's the moment when the AI becomes like sentient.
Do you know what the Turing test is?
Self-
Hasn't
aware.
done
No.
that. That's a long ways away. Hopefully.
Hold on. I'll find out. I'll use AI to find the data.
Hopefully.
I don't know. Did you see that they were just using brain matter the other day for their computing? Did you see that?
It's insane. I've seen something about that, like a long time ago, though. I feel.
Did you see that thing, the friend?
Well, because the next evolution in computers is an organic computer.
Yeah.
So Friend is the new AI that you wear around your neck.
Yes.
Have you seen this?
No.
Yes.
Um,
It's creepy.
I heard about it a while ago, and then I saw that Ninja Butterfly or whatever talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's an AI thing that you wear around your neck. It almost looks like that.
Help! I fallen
Yeah,
and I can't
the-
get up.
Oh, really? Life alert?
It almost looks like that, but you wear it around your neck. It's got a camera on it, so it's watching what you're doing. It starts to pick up on like what your daily activity is like, what you're talking about. It picks up on tone, on jokes, on personality, and it'll literally start to mimic your daily life to be your best friend.
Really?
Like, so you can be sarcastic with it. It'll joke with you, and it's watching what you watch. So it starts to pick up like your favorite series or whatever. Like it starts to learn your daily life. So then that way it can be your best friend, talk to you about whatever you want to
That
talk
is
about,
Terrifying.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
and
weird.
you wear it around your neck.
Terrifying.
It's
Yeah.
creepy. It's like that movie
Nah.
Her, but real life.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen that. I've heard it's.
It's got a
only
nice.
seen
It's
parts
got
of
an
it.
explosive device inside of it, so if you don't follow commands very well, it lets you know.
It just gives you a little
Yeah,
zap
it's
at
like
first.
it starts to get
like
jealous
those
when you go
drones.
on dates or hang out with
Yeah.
your wife.
What I'm waiting.
You
for
leave it
is-
hanging on your door when you leave to go on a date, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's in your pocket. Like, how'd you get there?
You wake up in the morning, it's next to you on the pillow.
home.
You sleep so sweetly.
Good morning. You do this cute thing with your eyes when you sleep.
Hello, Tony.
It starts to talk all dirty.
There's
to
a
you.
new movie actually coming
Hello,
out, kind of
Tony.
like this.
Why are you ignoring me?
Oh, the one with Chow, John.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what's his name? Something Chow.
Nope. Nope.
Johnny?
Yeah, it looks.
Is it John?
I don't know. It just sounds like a good name.
Right?
Johnny Chow. No? Am I right?
I like
I
it.
don't remember his
I
name.
like it.
It's the guy from like
Starring-
Harold and Kumar.
Johnny Chow.
He was
For real. It does.
he was the helmsman from Star Trek
Yeah,
with Chris Pine.
In a world.
Johnny Chow sounds like a street fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. That's going to be my new nickname.
In a world where life is eat or be
I'm
eaten.
going to start going and taking Muay Thai, and my name's going to be Johnny Chow.
A man stands against the machine. Starring Johnny Chow.
I love
Tim
it.
Templeton.
Jesus.
What's his name? It's gonna drive me nuts now.
Oh, man. Anyway, it's crazy. You can ask it anything, though, like legitimately. I'm having it teach me right now about the stock market.
Yeah.
How about can it teach you Spanish?
Oh, dude, it can teach you whatever you want.
I need to
man.
learn Spanish.
Oh, it is John Chow.
No way! I was right! Yeah! I'm done for the night!
Peace.
John Chow. What a guy.
That's awesome.
Johnny Chow.
Look at that. Oh, dang it. He's got the name I want now.
Now it sounds like a Mortal Kombat
yeah,
figure.
what's the
This
name?
guy.
Liu Kang.
Johnny
Yeah.
Cage. It's
Hey,
Johnny
that's
Cage.
the guy on that list of people that you recognize but can't name.
There you
We
go.
just named him.
We found one. We broke the list.
His parents thought so too. You look like a Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Do you think that's his real name?
I don't know.
Or his stage name.
I've wondered that about so many actors and actresses.
A lot of them have one.
I know, right?
It's weird.
I mean,
That's
I
like
get it.
the daughter of Angelina and Brad.
Brangelina?
They she finally like legally changed her last name because I want to say it was Pitt and now it's Jolie.
Why?
Brad
She
Pitt's
likes
a
her mom
dick.
better.
I don't know if he is. He could be a nice guy. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
love his movies. He's one of my top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah, dude.
Who's your top 1?
Johnny Depp.
I knew it. Should have known.
Good old Johnny.
And then the guy that plays Magneto's probably in there too. Can't think of his name.
Ian McKellen?
No.
McClellan?
Old one or
The
young
young
one?
Michael Fassbender.
Michael
Oh, Michael
Fassbender. Is he in there? Is he in your top 5?
He's not.
Who's the other guy? Not Magneto.
I like
I meant Professor
Fassbender.
X.
James McAvoy.
That's the one.
Yeah, dude.
He's good.
He's
Top
there.
5. Who else is in there?
Good old Leo.
Leo
Yeah.
DiCaprio.
Leo DiCaprio.
And?
Brad Pitt.
Bring it home. It's number 5.
Orlando Bloom.
Honestly, that 5th slot is like,
It's
Depends on
flexible.
the day.
yeah,
It's flexible.
it's a,
He
it's a
keeps-
flexible
compete.
slot.
He
They
keeps a
compete
flex.
for it.
That's what she said.
Well, you fit 5 guys in there, so I'd say it's pretty flexible.
Four.
4.
I love it.
We're all just perverts tonight.
We're men.
We're men in tight,
Men,
tight,
men,
tight.
men.
We roam.
The new
around
Lord of the
forest
Rings
looking for
movie
fights.
comes out Christmas.
There's a new Lord of the Rings movie?
Is it the animated one?
It's right of the Rohirrim, yeah. The
I
anime.
just saw a preview
I'm
to that.
excited to see that.
It's gonna be good.
I don't know
Rings
if I
of
can
Power
take it
comes
serious
out.
I never
because
saw
it's
the
animated.
series.
Do you know what? I started watching some animated series stuff, and I'm enjoying it. I was prepping myself for this movie, so I enjoy it.
How was the series?
Rings of Power.
Yeah.
Power?
Oh, dude.
Entertaining
I'm a
if you look at
snob.
it as just
I have
a
problem.
fantasy.
If it's just it's like Halo. If you watch it just as a show, but don't say, okay, there's, you got to follow the whole train of the mythology or whatever. Or, it's
The lore?
The lore. It's good, but they mess up some things.
Butcher
But I still watched it and I still liked it.
Yeah.
I just saw this thing that it
Gerald
was
Tolkien.
the most expensive TV series,
Yeah.
and it it was one of the ones where you can scroll and they get higher and higher, and from second place to first place was like a $20 million difference.
Oh, yeah.
And Rings of Power was number one.
Yeah, 50
Visually,
million
it
an
was
episode.
Gorgeous. Like, it was beautiful.
It was. They the world that they created on there. It was beautiful. It's really cool.
I think number 2 was Stranger Things, if I remember right.
Really?
Oh, was it?
I've never
I thought it
finished
was,
that.
or maybe that was
So
number
good.
3.
Wait, how much was Stranger Things? Was it 30 million an episode?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay, so I was thinking of She-Hulk, which was 25 million
And
an
it
episode.
sucked.
And that was the consensus in the
So
comments. is
bad.
It was terrible.
What was the Acolyte? Because that was terrible too.
Also terrible.
That's been canceled.
Yeah, I know. It's
All right.
So
I'm so surprised. I thought for
Finally,
sure it was
canceling
going to have a
works for the good
10-season series. I thought it was going to just go
why do you
on.
guys think it canceled? I haven't seen
The
it.
storyline was garbage.
Was it?
No, dude, so many holes,
So
flops,
it's
and
it's like I mean, it was super woke, but
Were they
the story
focusing
was
too
just
much
crap.
on the woke?
Oh, of course.
I don't know
But
if
they
that's
also-
it. I just thought
They undid a lot of things that
Did
were
they-
staple canon in Star Wars.
well, they make the Jedi seem to be like corrupted.
Like the bad guys.
Yeah, dude. You
They
can't
make
do-
them seem like they're racist and sexist, and they make them like
Lie,
they
and
also
they
had a guy,
corrupt
one of the guy
government.
from the Jedi Council in the movies that shouldn't have even been alive at the time of this show, and it was the same character, and he's just there.
What?
And the biggest thing is
How did that get greenlit? Because I thought the whole thing behind
for the
Disney
cause.
acquiring Lucas Films.
Listen, I don't care. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, LucasArts.
I thought the whole idea behind them acquiring that was that they had to have approval even still from George Lucas.
No.
They-
So they were
they
supposed
tricked
to
him.
finish.
They
They were
tricked
supposed to finish his storyline because he had it all plotted out for 7, 8, 9, right? Had it
Yeah.
all plotted, the whole story. They said, okay, yeah, we're gonna keep to your storyline, and then they threw a turd right in his face. As soon as
Really?
they- as soon
Oh
as-
yeah. As soon as it was
Yeah.
signed over to them, they were
Yep.
basically like, "Cool, we'll do whatever."
It's like
Yeah.
that clip I shared where they took the clip from Happy Gilmore, but then put the names over them, and it was like Happy Gilmore's George Lucas, the caretaker at the
Yeah.
nursing home is Disney, and then Grandma is Star Wars. And he's like, "You see that young lady over there? I want you to take extra good care of her." And it's George Lucas talking to Disney, and he's like, "You know what? I'll tell you what. We'll take good care of her for nothing." And then he leaves, and it's like, "You can trouble me for a nice glass of shut the hell up."
Yeah. Dude.
Oh man.
Dude, it was so bad.
Well,
Like,
look-
So episodes 7, 8, and 9 didn't go how he had originally planned.
No, they just completely
Why-
crapped
why-
on it.
so here's
Seven's
my
just
question.
basically a remake of 4.
Kind of.
So
but
why would
dumb.
they deviate from his plan, knowing how successful he was?
Because it's.
But do you
theirs
really
now.
think that they were better?
I think what people do is they know that they're going off somebody else's work, and so they try to change it so much because they want to take the credit for it because you know what I mean. They
It's
want
just
to
the
put
pride thing
I
again?
think so.
Yeah, it's like
Was 1, 2,
didn't we-
and 3 still George Lucas?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that these directors come in, they're like, "I want to make my mark. I'm going to make this my story." And that's why they mess it up.
It's like The Witcher, same thing.
Yeah, but you have like I think we talked about this once. The guy, the director that did Fallout,
Yeah.
he was like, I want to do your story in your world.
Right.
I saw
And they're
a
like,
thing.
done. And it was great.
I saw something that's up for like 17 different Emmys.
It's so
Fallout.
good.
It is good.
I want to watch
It's
it.
so refreshing. It's like different from everything. It was really good.
That's awesome.
I really praise, and this show is not for everyone. I just want to put a big asterisk on
I
that
know which
because
one you're
this
going
show, if you have, it can scar you. Okay,
Most
worse than Game of Thrones.
most
by a
adults
lot.
can't handle it.
I know.
Most adults can't handle it. But I thoroughly enjoy The Boys.
I knew you were gonna say it.
I thoroughly enjoy
I got
it.
back
It's
into
so original.
It is.
It's so original, and that's what I love about it. I wish that they would get rid of some of the like
They go hard in the paint.
dude, they go, dude.
Well,
their
Yeah.
their shock factors are through the freaking
Yes.
roof.
Well, and that's why I originally liked it, because it was so different and original. But then they got on this tangent of they're like, we just want to make the most shocking thing possible.
Yeah.
Like I read something that talked about some orgy scene
Yes.
in like the
Yes.
newer seasons,
Uh-huh.
and it like messed up some of the actors.
Really?
Like they're talking about how they're like, we're like completely desensitized.
Gosh.
Like nothing is surprising to us anymore. Like
yeah.
they're
These,
just talking
these
about how
eyes.
it, like,
these eyes
it,
have
like,
seen some
messed
things.
them up. Yeah.
There's no shocking.
And
dude
how
eyes
like a lot
anymore.
of their reactions in it were 100% real.
The dude who duplicates himself. Dude.
Yes. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. Wild.
Is it like
I'll never get that
is it
sound
borderline
out of
in
my
some
head.
scenes? Is it like borderline pornography? would
Oh,
you
well,
say?
Oh, way
1000%,
past, way farther past it.
We're
I don't know.
We're talking.
I've seen some things.
We're talking.
Like it shows all the genitalia and
yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
We're talking like almost like I don't know, what would you call it, like a snuff film type stuff?
Oh, dude,
Like dark web
like
type
German dumpster porn.
Oh, okay. My brain's going places.
Yeah.
porn. Get it out there.
It's
But I guarantee you, it's not going where it went. Where the show
Okay.
went.
I'm just gonna
like I
say,
said, there hasn't been a scene that's been like, oh my gosh, to me.
Then you need to search your soul and ask for some
I have
forgiveness.
told you, these eyes have seen some things. Okay?
even that scene.
My shocking scene from when I was 22, that ruined me.
What was it?
It was a French film. I'll say
Oh,
that
no.
much. It yeah. That I was way worse than
You're gonna have to
even
tell me off camera.
2 girls and 1 cup.
You
That
have to
was-
tell
it
me
was
off
way worse.
camera.
I was gonna say I gotta hear this now. So yeah.
You want to do it
you'll-
on camera or off camera?
I mean, I don't care.
Okay, tell
I
me.
don't-
It's going to make this explicit.
No, I
We're
won't, I
already-
won't share anything. But there's gosh, I don't even remember the name of the film, but it was a film that at the time when they were filming it, they couldn't tell if what was happening on screen was fake
Oh,
or
I
real.
heard about this.
And
Was
so
it
they
Cannibal Holocaust?
no, and so they actually had to have the entire cast present in a courtroom because the way things went down in the film, you couldn't tell if it was real or fake. And so they're like, did this person really die? Like, we don't know.
What was that one? Oh, the Serbian
Serbian film?
Serbian film. Like I heard the original cut of that takes the cake when it comes to
That made
and then they came out with a dumbed down version, which is still awful.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've heard that the Serbian film like won't ever be touched as far as that goes because people thought it was a snuff film.
yeah. So I think I've
What's the definition of a snuff film? Real quick.
it's
Video of someone being murdered.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then it's released as a movie on the black web, like
Yeah.
okay.
Well, but it's also
or
sexual,
dark
right?
web.
Like
whatever.
Isn't that what a snuff
Can be.
film is? Is like it's also sexual.
like rapies and stuff.
It's super dark.
Yeah.
It can be. I mean,
Yeah, I can't handle that.
No. But the so the films that I saw, I don't know the names of them. There was one that was, I think it was that one that you were talking about, a Serbian film. I think I've seen that one. And there was in my early 20s, man, I hung out with a wild crowd, and they enjoyed watching the shock factor. Probably the dark web. I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
It says it's a type of pornographic movie that allegedly depicts an actual murder where the killing is committed solely for the purpose of the film.
Yes.
It's often sexualized.
Yeah. So there's I've seen some pretty dark shit.
Dude, I couldn't even do Hostel.
Yeah,
see, I feel like when you talk dark web, like I think of drugs, and it's like
Oh yeah,
Like,
the Silk Road.
even if I wanted
The Silk Road.
drugs, I wouldn't even know the first place to begin to get them, and that's how I feel like the dark web is.
I
That
know
it's
a
like
guy.
It's actually surprisly easy to get
Yeah,
there.
it's really easy.
I have not gone myself.
Do you just
Heard
Google the
horror
dark
stories.
web and then
No,
go
you
to?
have to get a special router.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know how we got down this super deep, dark, and steep path.
Jericho.
You brought it up,
But
the boys.
yeah.
That's
But okay. So yes, there are some really like jaw-dropping scenes for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But if you could just stick with the story, oh man, it's phenomenal.
That's why I'm like, they didn't need some of that stuff.
They
in
didn't,
there.
and that's the
They
bummer.
didn't need a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't.
That's
Again,
what-
it was purely for shock value.
That's what bums
it.
me out is because
'Cause they
hearing
could?
the plot line, I want to watch it, but I just can't bring myself to
The guy-
because of those scenes.
The guy who plays Homelander does a fantastic.
Oh,
job.
dude,
is
he's
a
one of the best actors I've ever seen.
psycho. He's scary.
Yeah.
He gives me who's that guy that did Split? You just named him earlier.
James
He
McAvoy.
gives me James McAvoy impressions on this superhero character. Like
Right.
he is so good.
What else is he in? Is he in?
He wasn't a big actor. Like he
This
was in
was his
movies,
big one. Like
but
this.
this was the one where he like hit it big.
Dude, and you can tell as it progresses, like, he gets better and better and better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the funny thing is you see him in the like script reading scenes and stuff where they're like, I don't know what they call that.
Oh, I haven't seen any of that.
A
but-
table read.
Yeah, a table read where they're like just rehearsing their lines in a big room together, and the dude is frail. Like he's tiny.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's all
has
the
like
suit.
he has these like big glasses on. Totally does not look at all anything like Homelander. But then it's like the minute he puts
Wasn't
on
he,
that
like-
suit,
Is it his actual hair?
I don't know.
Because I remember seeing a bunch of videos where he's like balding. Like he's
Yeah. That's
like
in
some
season
older
3.
movies he was in when
I
he was
feel
like,
like-
he's in his like late 40s, I think.
He's a great
I
actor.
feel like that right there is where I give such respect to casting directors, people who are in charge of going out and finding the people for certain roles. Because it's like you would look at a guy like Homelander and it's like, all right, I need a well-built, handsome, chiseled, blah, blah, blah guy. And it's like, not necessarily. Like you can just find the guy that fits the part.
Fits in the suit.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Well, and it's got who's that? Who's the son? The not Homelander's son. Who's Forrest Gump played by? Man, I cannot think of names.
Tom
tonight.
Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks' son is one of the main actors in that show.
Oh,
No
yeah.
way.
Who?
Yeah.
He's
Really?
the boys, right?
Yeah, he is the boy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Colin Hanks.
No, I'm
Wait,
thinking of
no,
wrong guy.
he's not in that movie. Or
Who's
this show.
the main guy that it starts out with?
With his girlfriend or whatever.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes, I know who you're talking about. He is the son of actors. What's his freaking name though?
I was in my head it
Like
was Tom
he's-
Hanks, but it's not.
No, I know.
Because I saw his
What
face.
is his freaking name?
I don't know. I'm blanking too, man.
I don't know.
But I saw his face and I'm like, holy crap! I know that face.
Yeah, he's the son of two very famous people.
We'll pull it up soon. But then it also has
Is it Jack Quaid?
Jack
Quaid.
Quaid. Yes,
Yep.
Dennis Quaid's son.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So that's Dennis Quaid's son.
Yeah.
And then it also has this guy that plays on Star Trek,
Yeah, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. Phenomenal.
Dude, he's so good.
Carl Urban's another one of those
He's-
guys. Everyone knows his face. No one knows his name.
Yeah.
But he's great. Like he's also one of those
He's
actors
the
that can play
writer of
many
Rohan.
different roles.
Yes.
Whereas
one
you
with
have
the long
actors
Yeah.
who are other actors who are just really
Oh, he
good at
does a
like
good
one
job.
role.
Dwayne.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Speaking
Tom
of
Cruise.
Speaking
Tom
of
Cruise
kid,
can keep playing that same.
But that's the
role,
thing
okay?
is that's what I'm saying is I love it.
speaking of kid shows, and Dennis Quaid.
Kid shows.
Dude, there's a show on Netflix. It's called The Blue or something like that. It's about this orphanage in South America. I think it might be Mexico, where they go on a fishing trip. It's really good to watch with the kids, just so you know. Okay. Because it's hard finding kids movies.
Okay.
So I thought I'd put out.
Text me that so I remember.
Okay.
I did not
Anthony
realize that's
Starr,
Dennis
that's-
Quaid's son.
Dude,
That's
Anthony
Homelander's
Starr
name.
is freaking phenomenal. I just love that. It's so unique.
Here's the reason they do those scenes. Yeah, it may just be for the shock factor, but I think they're really trying to drive at home how corrupt things can get with absolute power.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what they're doing.
And knowing YouTube and like studying it and all that stuff, and if you really want to drive curiosity, it's like the curiosity kills the cat type thing,
You're
right?
thinking RedTube.
No.
Oh.
that took a moment to hit. I'm like, what are you talking about? But no, it's the curiosity kills the cat type thing.
Right.
And it's something that people are going to tweet about,
Right.
share about. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this just happened.
Yeah. So
Like it's free
marketing.
publicity.
Yeah.
A perfect example of that. So I was talking about that podcast. We're Here to Help. One of the stories that they were talking about was this girl who she said, she's like, somehow I ended up following this guy on Twitter. She's like, I honestly don't know how. She's like, I think it was something was mixed up with the takeover with Elon and different things. She's like, but I started following this guy, and she said at first it was just fun because he was sharing pictures of his kittens and his puppies, and they were his, and watching the life of his puppies and kittens grow up. And she's like, you start to kind of get connected to him. She's like, well, then occasionally a picture of the kitten would come in blurred, and so I'd have to unblur it, and it'd be the kitten. She's like, and then all of a sudden one day I got a picture that was blurred. I unblurred it, and I was like, what the hell is that? And she's like, and lo and behold, it's his scrotum. And she was on the show to try and figure out, okay, what do I do in this case? Because I want to continue to follow him to watch the story of the puppies and the kittens, but I don't want to see his scrotum anymore. And the guys basically called her out and just said, you can find pictures of kittens and puppies everywhere.
Right.
And then she even admits that the guy's wife has her own Twitter account sharing the same pictures of the puppies and kittens with no scrotum pics, and yet she's confused on what to do. And it's like, they called her out, and they were basically like, admit it, you like the gamble of, oh, I'm going to unblur this picture. Is it going to be a kitten or a scrotum? Like, and so
That's
to
funny.
kind of go along with what you're saying.
You think the blurred picture, you'd be able to kind of get a clue.
I don't know. It's they're
Maybe he's gotten good.
both little fuzzy things. You just, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I mean,
You know, there's a game about that. Did you know that on Reddit?
I don't know how fuzzy your scrotum is, but not kitty style. It's very patchy.
So on Reddit, I think that I know that there is a subreddit. I couldn't tell you the name of it, but there is, like, it's a gamble.
The pictures are all blurred.
The
and
pictures are all blurred, and they in the title will say it's either A or B, and then you take a gamble and you click on the ones that you think are going to be safe, or
my
it's just like
gosh.
part of it. And sure enough, you're probably going to see someone decapitated at some point.
Oh, that goes that way.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Jeez.
left off the cliff again.
That's like the episode we were talking about Darwin Awards. I was trying to find some stories, and I hopped on Reddit and found a subreddit that's Darwin Awards. Wrong place to be. It's showing people die.
Yeah.
I was like, holy hell.
Yeah.
One more. Just one more.
All right, how bad can this one be? All right.
So
Lots of trains.
any personal news? We got off the rail there a little bit, which I'm totally fine with. But let's bring it home just a little bit. Got any more in the news type stuff? Any personal things to talk about? And you talked about Laney crawling.
And then
Lucas, on the flip side, walking everywhere.
Right on.
Gosh, what was I going to share about him? I don't remember now. Either way. Oh, just today, he's always been about cars. He's obsessed. He calls them vroom vrooms. He's always pointing at cars. He wants to go see the cars all the time, even the ones in our garage. And just today, he saw a trike, and he just kept saying vroom vroom and wants to sit on the trike. So I'm like, okay. I put a little helmet on him, strap it up, set him on it, and he's just like trying to get it moving. And I'm like, okay.
Right on.
So I start wheeling him around, and he was having the time of his life.
That's awesome.
He got so mad at me when I pulled him off. I'm like, dude, my back can't handle anymore.
Just push him down the driveway.
Have you seen his driveway?
That's what I'm saying. You don't got to push.
Just turn down the cul-de-sac and it's all downhill.
I love it though.
Next thing you know, he's 3
Yeah, that's
blocks
cool.
away.
It really just kind of drives home the difference between male and female. Because
Dude, I've said it ever since we had Brinley and then Jude. It was amazing what's in the DNA between female and male.
oh yeah,
Right.
Lucas all about the cars.
Yeah, dude.
Fire trucks, monster trucks, sports cars. Wants to get on a trike. Paige and Micah, not a chance, man.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
Dude, that's watching Kelsey and Reggie. It's like they're even close in age. It's like Brindley and Jude. It's like, okay, giving them the benefit of the doubt. They're a few years apart, blah, 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 whatever. But it's like watching Kelsey and Reggie, where it's like Reggie's literally following in Kelsey's footsteps, and yet he wants his pew-pews, as he calls them, his guns and things like that. And he's all about like,
oh yeah. Oh, and balls.
like he goes around the house like this. Like he doesn't have to be holding anything, but his hand is his.
Oh really?
And it's
It's clear in the house.
it does
Clear.
dude.
Clear corners.
The
Clear
other day
corners.
So funny.
we have one of those wooden rubber band guns that has like the little wheel
Oh,
on
yeah.
it. You can- you know, and he has one of that, and he's working on flipping it and stuff, dude. It kills me. And he holsters it.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
That's cool.
That's way rad. I'm sure you experienced. I mean, you're experiencing the opposite now
Yes.
because you have Alden, and now you're gonna experience the feminine side of things.
Yeah, she's awesome though. She's finally like coming into her own little shell, and just she's excited to see things. She gets excited. You can see her like looking at stuff and figuring it out. She's waving, going ha ha,
The best part is
da mama, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
the best part is when I'm working and like he comes down from a nap or in the morning or something. He comes walking by the office like da-da! He gets so pumped.
It's his
every
own
time he
version
sees
of
me.
what's up.
Yeah, he's like da-da!
Like,
I love it.
dude, that's
I
awesome.
love
Dude,
it.
that reminds me. I just saw it. So I follow like a '90s page on Instagram, and this one of the posts they shared was people will never remember how much this one commercial changed
Oh.
a generation, and it was that Budweiser commercial with them. What's up?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
that
dude.
commercial was freaking hilarious. Oh, where is it? I gotta show you it now.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. They're coming back,
Jenny's going back to work.
dude. They're
Oh, did she get a job?
Dang, where?
It's kind of a mess right now, but she's getting a job at a school. It's like back and forth. So like she applied for a position at our kids' school actually, and unfortunately she didn't get it because someone else who's technically already in the position that was just wanting to move schools got it. So then she applied for the same position at another school, and they called her and told her, they're like, you're overqualified for this, but we want you at this school. I'm just waiting for this certain position to open up. And so she's like, okay. So we kind of pumped the brakes a little bit to wait and hear back from that. Come to find out, the person that they did hire for the position didn't pass their physical. And so they were like, kind of long story short, they told Jenny, they're like, hey, just kidding, you can have this position. Literally, like an hour later, called her back saying, just kidding, you can't have this position. We can't go into details, but HR is involved and you can't have the position. Our theory is that they hired this person. Well, okay, so we ended up hearing through the grapevine that they didn't pass the physical because they had a medical reason why they didn't pass the physical.
Gotcha.
And had a doctor's note for it and everything. And so our theory, this is just us speculating, is that they hired him and then realized they weren't going to physically be able to perform the job. So decided to go with someone else, but then legal things kicked in because now they're discriminating based off of medical reasons. And so that's why HR had to get involved in this whole mess. So anyway, so they told Jenny, just kidding, you can't have the job. So then she applied for like
Was
another.
she trying to be a spy?
No,
Like, seriously, what's that?
no. So sorry. Yeah,
She's a PE teacher.
it was honest. It's a lunch lady position,
Okay.
and it was like part of the description is you have to lift X amount of pounds and
Yeah, the
different
person
things like
doesn't have
that.
arms.
But
So if the lady didn't pass the physical, is it like a temporary? She can't do it temporarily?
I don't know. They can't go into details of it.
What the
But
crap is this?
so anyway, she ends up applying. So back at our kids' school, she ends up applying for a special ed's aide, and and so they call her back and say, "Great, we have an interview this Friday with you." Hangs up the phone, being told that she's got this interview lined up. to then be called back by the other school saying, okay, just kidding again, you can have the lunch lady job.
We
And
fired her.
And it's just like, what the frick? So I actually haven't had a chance to really talk to Jenny about it yet, because things hopefully got straightened out today, but I went straight from work pretty much
Gotcha.
to here, and I haven't had a chance to talk to her about it. But the thing we're torn on is it's like the one school for the lunch lady position is in a better location for babysitters and things like that, but the pay isn't as much as the aide position at the other school. And so it's just a bunch of like, I don't know, it's just a mess.
Yeah.
But one way or another, she's going to start working again. It sucks that we're there, but it's...
Well, you do what you do, man.
Got to do what you
Yeah.
got to do.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm just grateful that it's a position that's going to pay well enough to keep us going and be during school hours. So it's not... Because, like, years ago when Jenny was still working, she worked 4 to midnight. I worked 9 to 6, so we would kind of cross paths barely.
Right.
And never see each other. Now at least we'll still have evenings and weekends and things like that together. So,
Gotcha.
but yeah, that's our news
Keep us
right now.
posted, man.
Yeah, I will.
Nice.
This is so. This is that sound I wanted to show you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's still gonna be his text message when
That
you
is my
For
text
real.
message.
Is it?
Uh-huh. It is
knew it.
right now.
I wish I knew how to do all that.
Ew, come off it.
Just ask ChatGPT.
I use Zedge, and it's garbage.
I use Sedge too.
It's such
Actually,
garbage.
I'll be honest. Ever since I got my watch, I have not had my phone on loud.
My phone
Yeah,
has been
yeah.
on silent since like 2013.
My phone might finally not be on silent just for this ringtone.
Just for that,
Are you ready?
Yeah. Copyright. Turn it off.
Yep, cover it. That's what I was thinking. Cover it.
No, that's not copyright.
We'll see.
I feel like that's 2 birds with 1 stone. You got MC Hammer and that one.
Both come
We'll see. If they got to hear it, they hear it. If not, they
MC
don't.
Hammer's scratching for every piece he can get.
Yeah.
Oh, on another
Needs new pants.
kind of nothing super exciting, but we had my company Lagoon Day.
Oh, dude, I love Lagoon. It's
And-
so fun.
It's such garbage, but honestly, the nostalgia of being there, I just love it.
Wait, you don't like Lagoon?
No, I do for the nostalgia.
You think it's garbage though? Dang.
Yeah,
I love it. I think Lagoon's great.
but
It's a janky amusement park, but it's our janky.
It's
It
not
is.
even that janky though. Is the thing.
It's not janky at all.
honestly, the history of it is phenomenal. Like, when you really dive into it, it's so cool.
There's so many people there.
It is. Yeah.
That's the problem.
I mean, Chris, after 10, there's a lot of people.
That's not true. I love people. Just not
15.
too many.
No, but the thing that was mind blowing is how many rides even Kelsey and Reggie can actually ride now. Like they're getting to that height. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, because in my head, Reggie turns 3 in October. I'm like, you're still just a baby. But then we're like looking at some of the rides, like the new ride they just opened. Technically, they could go on.
Yeah.
I'm just
Paige,
like, holy
Paige
crap.
and Micah both rode that.
Did they?
Rode it, yeah.
We didn't get a chance to. We went over at the end of the night to ride it, and they closed it early. Like, bummer. But
There's so many inconsiderate people there.
there's inconsiderate people everywhere.
That's why I don't like a bunch of people.
That's why he doesn't leave his house.
I do leave my house.
He's here.
I do. And I do things, but it's just, I just see where there's
Society?
where society's going. Go to an amusement park. If you want to see where society's going, go to an amusement park.
Or work
You can
customer
pe-
service. I mean, you're kind of there. I don't know.
I think
I
all
do customer
high school
service.
students
Yeah.
should have to work a customer service job
But
as a class.
I hate
1000%.
saying this, but I've kind of cold out the people I don't want to deal
The
with.
herd.
I
Called the herd.
So the people I deal with are clients and like people who call me for customers and stuff. They're people I like, people who understand the value of what I do.
Smart.
It's like we were talking off camera. The benefits of being self-employed is you can kind of pick and choose your clientele.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I've shaped
Where
it
with
to
me,
how
it's
I
like
wanted
I'm
it.
stuck with whoever's walking in that freaking door, and it's like, especially I want to speak to your manager. Fuck. No.
It's your lucky day. You're talking to him right now.
You ever seen that? You ever
This
seen
needs
that?
to get fixed.
What
You need to
vi-
tell
what-
me what's going on.
There's this movie
Oh, I thought
called
you were
Countdown. It's a horror movie about like
I
an
wanted
app you
to. Was it
download.
good?
It was good. I liked it. Tom
Entertaining?
Segura's in it.
okay.
Before he was like famous for comedy and stuff, he plays a manager at a cell phone store.
Oh, is that where that clip's from?
Yes.
Okay.
So this lady walks in, throws her phone down. And she's like, "I need this fixed," and he's like, "Oh, do you always handle it with such grace?" And he's like looking at it, he's like asking her questions. And she's like, "I don't know, just fix it."
No, she starts by, I need to speak to your manager or
And
whatever.
he's
And he's
like,
like, oh, let me go
okay.
get him. And he
Spins
comes
around.
back. He's
Hello,
like,
I'm
hi,
the
how can
manager.
I help you?
Then she's like, "You just lost a customer." He's like, "Oh no, do you think I'll be able to find another one?"
I love his
Dude.
demeanor. It's so good.
Yeah.
I know we've said it before, but 1000%, I wish there was a purge day for customer service.
Oh, yeah.
Where the employee
be
can
me.
say whatever you want with no repercussions.
Oh, it'd be so fun.
And it's like, I'm going to say whatever I want on this day, and you can't come back tomorrow and get mad at me for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's as if that day is its own bubble, and then, yeah.
He'd be calling up people. Hey,
Saving numbers from old customers.
Dude, there's
he's got a little scratcher list. Just
the old credit union I worked at, there was a customer there that still to this day is in my brain. I'm like, she was the most awful person on this planet. And I'm just like, how can someone be that awful to the bone? It's like, I almost pity them because it's like, you're just angry.
Are you single? Well, yeah. Oh, I'm surprised.
Oh, dude.
speaking of jobs, I have a person that I know of, and we were actually gonna do a video with him. Turns out, dude's gone to jail for 4 years
For what?
for defrauding the government of
Nice.
like multiple $1 million from that COVID relief fund.
Oh yeah, dude. Power to you, dude.
I think it was like $2 million that he frauded them of.
Shouldn't have got caught.
Wait, what's the COVID relief fund?
So
Businesses would get pay to pay the. They would get.
they had to use it for a specific
Yes.
purpose.
It was for pay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
a lot of businesses were lying about what they were using it for to get it.
Well, they
Yeah.
were using it to pay and then keeping what they would pay in wages and keeping that as profit for the company.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But the funny thing is as a creator, you actually were eligible for the COVID fund.
I didn't want to mess with it.
I didn't touch it at all.
Yeah.
Is that where he's at? Is he a creator that?
No,
like-
no, no.
Oh.
He runs an Italian restaurant out of Farmington.
Okay.
No,
Oh, okay.
maybe. I can't think of the name of the restaurant now. I just know his
Is it the
name.
one in Station Park?
Yeah, it is the one in Station Park. Is it?
I haven't been there.
It's the like the fancy one just next to the
Yeah.
right, like basically out of the gate of where you work.
Is it the new one? The one that's currently there?
Is that
What
the
was
one?
the old
that-
one?
Is that the
Cecilia
one where they
Mia?
burn
That
it?
one.
No. I
Yeah.
freaking love Cecilia Mia.
Yeah, dude.
Is that
Sorry.
the one where they
Oh,
light the
that
cheese
sucks.
on fire
Uh-huh.
right in front
Yeah.
of you?
Well, that one's gone. They've been gone since COVID.
Oh, okay.
They left, and a new Italian restaurant called Bartolo's is there. But they have one out in Holiday still.
Oh, okay. So
That
I
sucks.
saw news broke of it. There was a news article, and I was like, "Get out!"
You freaking idiot.
We were like, and the funny thing is I'm still friends with him on social media and all that. And I would constantly see videos of him cruising around in his Porsche and his Ferrari. You're like, man, how do you make so much money?
From me.
Embezzlement.
And he came out and he's like, you don't know the story and blah, blah, blah. And he's posting all this stuff on social media. And I'm like, I don't really think there's much to know. Like,
Sounds pretty.
Dude,
Yeah.
speaking
Kinda
of
dry,
driving
bud.
nice cars like that, at one of my old branches, there was this guy that would come in, super nice guy, but man, he dressed just flashy. Like, I mean, like pimp flashy.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not like businessman flashy. Driving nice cars. He drove a Lambo. I want to say he had more than one Lambo, and
He owned a pawn shop.
He did.
Is
Dude.
it that one off of Roy?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, are you really bringing in that much money from a pawn shop?
Oh yeah, dude, you've seen Pawn Stars, haven't you? The freaking
I've of course heard of it, but I've never watched
dude,
it.
they undercut so hard, it's criminal.
That's crazy.
And then
Well,
they
when-
sell
when
it
you're
for
hard-
basically like
They
way
take
up.
advantage.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
when you're hard
People
on
in
cash, you put yourself in that old predicament.
Exactly.
Yeah. I still have a heart.
Don't be done with your money. You won't be in that situation.
Let's not go down that road again.
Yeah, Chris,
Sorry.
invest.
I do invest.
Anywho.
Shout out VFIFX. Go invest. Just kidding. Not kidding. What am I saying kidding for?
Yeah,
Anyway.
not kidding. Do
What
it.
else?
Do it.
Anyway.
Any other news? Cam, do you have personal news?
Oh, Scarlett started kindergarten,
Nice.
Dude.
and she's in a Chinese immersion school.
I've heard of a lot of schools doing that now.
How's that?
They're taking
she
your
already
children.
has Chinese phrases.
And
Like
how
the other
is
day,
it?
I was like, hey, what'd you learn today? And she's like, ni hao. She's like, I think it means hello. And when they go to the bathroom, they like do sign language and say something in Chinese too.
that?
That's like pee.
I would not get pee out of that.
So they have to go to the bathroom. So instead of like, teacher, can I go to the bathroom? They go
They
chanjafa or
discovered
something like
a
that.
new move.
Really?
Yeah. I'm excited for
Call
her.
that the twister.
Discovered a new move.
the old twist.
I don't know what that is in Chinese.
I mean, so Chinese immersion, that's great.
It's cool.
Do you think it's necessary?
I think here's the thing that people don't think about. Like, it's not just about learning another language. It is like changing how your brain works.
Yes.
So like people who are bilingual, trilingual, more than that, your brain actually functions slightly different than someone who knows only one language.
Yeah.
So more than anything, it's creating pathways that will ultimately help her in everything else.
It makes sense.
Like speech and English, it'll help her with math, it'll help her with all these other things.
That's awesome.
I had an epiphany when I was learning German, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I tried to translate it in my head. You can't do that. So when you say dog or Hund in German, you just picture the animal in your head instead of trying to translate it to English. And
Yeah.
that helped me out so much, but it took forever to figure that out.
That's kind of when when they say like you know a language is when you're not translating it in your head. You're literally just saying
Saying
the
it.
words like you do
Right.
English.
Because
Oh, really?
and the reason why I was asking is with so much emphasis on AI right now, and especially like translator apps and all that stuff, and where the technology is currently at, I'm like, I don't know if learning another language is necessary.
Right? But it's just beneficial.
But yeah, no,
I
when you
see
say
that
it
now.
when you say it that way, that
Yeah,
makes
that
total
makes
well,
sense.
like you can even have different personalities
Yeah.
when you speak the different languages. Like when you
Get
ask
some
me
rocky
questions,
territory there.
if you ask me questions in Spanish, a lot of my answers might be different because the majority of the memories and experiences I associate with are when I was in Argentina speaking Spanish. So you could ask me in Spanish what my favorite food is. My answer is different than if you ask me in English.
Really?
And I didn't realize that
That's wild.
until I was reading this article about being bilingual and stuff. And I was like, holy crap, that's
So
right.
You have a favorite food in Spanish and a favorite food in English.
Yeah.
So what do you have, like a shoulder devil and angel that's one's Spanish and one's English?
Which one's the
No,
devil?
it's weird.
He's got two of each.
I
Yeah.
switch. Like it honestly, if I'm spoken to in the language, I switch. So if someone starts speaking to me in
They're
Spanish,
tagging each other
my brain
out.
switches to Spanish.
Oh, they're speaking Spanish. Europe.
Yep.
That's
No,
just
100%.
extreme
It's like
music
think of In and Out, and they just In and Out, or Inside
Inside
Out.
Out.
It's just they push each other out of the way
Yeah.
and take control.
I've noticed,
Oh,
like,
we got an airplane. All right, you're up.
because my sister went on a mission and she learned Spanish and her husband knows Spanish. So I'll notice that when we'll go to Mexican restaurants and all of a sudden they'll start speaking in Spanish, and all of a sudden you'll just see the waiter's eyes light up and they just
Yeah.
treat them differently, because they understand more and they can say more
Yeah.
than they can.
Well, and
So
and
I
you
want to do that.
you understand a little bit. Like it's weirdly exhausting to speak a second language.
Yes.
Like it is. Like it can be
Yeah.
tiring
Yeah.
Why
just
is
to
that?
speak. It's the brain power it takes. Like it's weird. It's so hard to
Crazy.
explain, but like that's why they like so much when you speak their language. It's almost like relaxing because
Relief,
you're like, oh,
yeah.
okay, I don't have to try so hard
Yeah.
or think about what I'm saying and stuff like that. I can just talk.
That's crazy.
Like you can see their personality.
Because
comes out.
there's times when like I'm at work, maybe I have a headache or I'm tired, and they're like, "Oh, we need a Spanish speaker," and I'm like, "I can't right now. I don't want to." Like it like makes it that much harder.
Even still. Mm-hmm. Oh well, I mean, I guess if you're immersed back into it, it'd be different. But since you have to recall it, right?
Sometimes it's like
Is
riding
it
a
like
bicycle too.
I was going to say, is it like a muscle where if you had the opportunity to speak it more often, it would be less tiring?
Yeah,
Abdullah Oblongata.
yeah. It also helps if I read or listen to music in Spanish.
Right.
I do
I've
every
heard
once in a
that-
while. I'll pull up Duolingo and I just take the tests,
Oh,
and I'm like, still got it. I don't even take the
I've heard
lessons.
that
I just
once
test
you-
out of every unit.
I think it's like 3 languages. So like your primary language and then 2 additional ones. Then once you know that many, then to learn any more after that, the floodgates are open now,
Oh, yeah.
and you can just learn languages.
Well,
That's
'cause-
why when you hear people, it's like I speak 7 languages. Like it's
Well,
like
'cause
after
they're
that,
so similar.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them are so similar. A lot
You're
of
just
them are
replacing
Latin-based.
vocabulary.
See, my brother speaks English, Arabic, German,
Dude, Farsi's
French. He speaks. I think there's one more he speaks. But yeah, he speaks 5 languages. But that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you.
Well, and it's
I hate you.
when you're older
I
and you
don't,
try
but-
to learn another language, you have to almost unlearn or break the rules from the first language. Because you'll try to learn the other language, and like in Spanish, they reverse the adjective and the noun and stuff, and so you want to say the White House, but you're supposed to say the house white,
Yeah.
and your brain's like, that doesn't make sense. Why do I have to do that? And the answer is because that's how Spanish is. That's it. Like there's
Yeah.
not a reason other than that's just it.
That's how they
it is.
talk.
Yeah.
And so you have to like break those rules and stuff, and it's a lot harder. But when you're a little kid, you're taught both rules at the same time, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
Just beat into me.
No, but I'm super excited.
That's cool.
Like I don't care if she becomes fluent in Chinese, just the fact that she'll be learning it. And
When
like,
you say it like that, it makes a lot.
And then
of
she's
sense.
gonna start cussing you out in Chinese, and you'll be
well,
like, great.
and Chinese is one of the hardest languages in the world to learn.
Yes.
So again, you have 2 of the hardest languages in the world, English and Chinese. Learning all the other stuff is going to be a lot easier.
Then you'll get to do all those YouTube videos where they go into the nail salon,
Yes.
and she's like, "That I'm a dumb American," blah blah blah, and then she just starts speaking fluent
And she
Chinese
just
to them.
starts yelling at him in Chinese.
I'm like, oh,
What was that?
Oh, scary little white girl.
that's all I got. So-
No, it's fun.
That's like who shared the video of the 2 outlets? This is an American outlet.
oh, it's a Chinese outlet. We did a video.
Rice
on-
noodle.
we did a video on
That's all I know.
us trying Chinese chips, and I cracked a joke in that episode about, well, what do we care? They can't tune in, and that actually ruffled a few feathers. They're like, I can't believe you're so racist. I'm like, clearly
that
the
racist?
joke went over your head.
Yes.
And
they
I
don't
did,
have
and
the
I
same internet. we
yeah,
have.
and I actually looked into it just to like fact check myself, and sure enough, they have what's called the Great Chinese Firewall,
Right.
which they cannot tune into YouTube. They can't tune into a lot
yeah.
of social media channels.
Right.
Like all of their
Best way
social
to-
media and everything is nothing but like educational.
Well,
all
and
that kind of stuff.
or just CCP propaganda. That's all it is.
Yeah. And so
That's
I was
crazy.
like, yeah, sure enough. I
Well,
was
the
right.
easiest way to control a populace is control the information.
100%.
Yep.
Scary.
Yeah.
That's why we're here to
Yeah.
educate you people.
That our jokes are funny and your anger is
Or help me get
unnecessary.
by on a day. Let's see here. Speaking of social media, this is right on that same alley.
Oh.
Did you guys see Australia's latest crackdown on social media?
Oh,
No.
no. What are
So,
they doing
Made
now?
me think of
Now-
something else, though.
Huh?
I got something else about Australia after this.
So did you see that? Well, they basically came out and said, for social media, to absolutely get rid of anonymity, you now have to submit an ID along with your social media accounts to then link them, and then that's it. Like your online presence is no longer anonymous. You have to provide identification. For
I
each
see
and
good and bad with
I
that.
know. I know.
see both.
That's a hard one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like one overall umbrella of all social media platforms. Is that what you mean? Like you
Well,
have to
essentially,
submit your ID.
you go on and say something dumb and slanderous, the government knows who you are.
yeah.
You can't just be like
under a username.
Sexy boy 69 and throwing all these
That's where it's a problem.
racial
Right?
slurs, and then the government's like, okay, Tony, knock it off.
In our country, where you're supposedly have free speech, I could see that being because
That's the
it
hard
gives
thing.
some accountability to some of the jackoffs.
Yeah.
Dude,
Honestly,
stupid people.
I don't hate that. I mean,
I think,
and that's for me personally, because
I think it's
my
because
entire
you're an honest person, though.
Yeah.
But it's gonna
Yeah.
get abused, dude.
here's,
That's
here's
the problem.
thing. Here's the way I see it working: is if they can't take legal action against anything you say, but you can get banned from the platform.
Yeah.
Because then you can't you can't just go make a different account and keep doing it. It's tied to your identity, so it's like you can't make an account. You're banned.
Yeah.
Like, even
Like the whole
still,
Donald Trump thing.
So either they
Meta.
get kicked off, or it's like or there's some sort of like temporary punishment where it's like, hey, you're off of here for a month.
but who's to decide what's acceptable? Like in our media here, some of the stuff they ban, you're like, why? Why'd you
Yeah.
ban that?
Yeah.
So that's where it's a
Well,
conundrum.
and that's where the issue is that these are private companies.
right.
So it's like you're opting into a private company and they can have their own rules.
I understand that, but I think they've gotten too big to where that
Yeah.
doesn't apply anymore.
I don't know. Like,
It's a
what is your
utility
stance
now.
on it? Because
Yeah.
I mean, me across the board, like my name is stamped on every single account that I have.
Me
so
too.
It's
Exactly.
like,
Me
you
too.
see
already
Austin
are.
Spomer, like that's me.
Yep. That's
Like
why I am.
that's how it is. And
Raw
so,
Dog 247.
But I mean, I also got some fake accounts too. I mean,
I don't.
I have one throwaway on Reddit, but that's nothing crazy.
All mine's me. So same thing. Like, but yeah, that's my thing is yes, you got to respect their private company, but I think they're too big now. I think it's a utility at this
Yeah.
point.
yeah.
Like
I just
because they've got too much power if you go any other way with it.
yeah. When you hop on Reddit, man, I've come across some accounts on Reddit that you're like, you like raise your eyebrow and you're like, dude, this guy is mentally insane. Like,
Either that or they're just trying to get a rise.
maybe, but still, it's like it would be
Right.
nice to have a heads up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Like
I wasn't
flag an
prepared for
account,
that.
like, hey, this guy is making some crazy.
Right.
You know, I mean, in fairness, to kind of go along with what you're saying, I feel like it'd cross some freedom of speech lines at first, but I feel like it would start to put people like into their place.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate you saying that though.
It's hard. I'm
Putting
on this-
people in their place.
As I said those words, I heard it, but it was like,
Unless you meant it, but elaborate on what you mean by that.
I guess put them in their place as far as like you're gonna stop saying stupid shit that's
it's gonna
gonna
hold them accountable.
Okay, hold them accountable.
Yes, thank you. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So then that way it starts to weed out the nut jobs that are like probably.
People who shouldn't own a firearm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
and
those guys.
here's the biggest benefit that I see to it is so much conversation online now. At least for me personally, I wonder. I'm like, is that a bot?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
just
yeah.
raising BS to just cause division and anger? Like, how do I not know that that's a bot?
Well, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, didn't he have a private analysis who was from the FBI say 80% of Twitter was bots?
Yes,
Yeah.
80%.
80%.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
A lot
So
of them are
you're
from
on there
server
chatting it
farms.
up, angry at someone, and it's just some bot that doesn't even have a thought process. It's
But
just
they're
like,
bots from other countries too.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Like
But if
working
they're doing
on
that to us.
sowing division.
We're not dumb. We're probably doing that.
Oh, I'm
there
sure
too.
we are.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't consider that we might be doing a little bit of.
I guarantee it.
You think
Yeah.
we're into like the Chinese firewall?
100%.
It's all those
Yeah.
ABC companies. They're shady. FBI, CIA.
Dude, the CIA, man, they've been doing weird stuff. Remember that story we read about them making up vampires to like
Yeah.
overthrow the
that's
government in
true.
some country?
Yeah, you
Venezuela
know
or
what? That's
something
something
like
I've never considered was the shady stuff that we're doing to other countries.
We're
I've
doing
never
it.
considered.
Dude, fight fire with fire, sadly.
Yeah, who started the fire though?
Or you fight fire
We
with a
didn't.
nuclear
It was
bomb.
always burning since the world's been turning.
What?
Listen,
We
I
didn't start the fire. It was always burning.
your recall's hilarious. I love it. I love it.
Oh man, it's a strange blessing,
Dude,
don't
I get it,
understand
but
it,
it's
but
with
here.
other stuff. Like it's not. I get show tunes and stuff from my mom because she would. That's the way my mom is. We'd have a conversation. All of a sudden, you'd say something. She'd be like, "The hills are alive
with the sound of music.
See, I do it with movies, like
Yeah.
we talked about. So
Right.
We all have our thing.
Yeah. So
What was your thing about Australia?
Oh, so you guys all know about Ray Gun, right?
Yeah.
The
Oh, the
break
break
dancer
dancer.
from Australia.
Yes.
You've probably seen the memes.
where are you going?
You know all that stuff, right? There's
No, I
apparently
don't
some
know.
conspiracy theories about her.
Oh, I've heard
I've,
about
I've
this.
heard of some.
So turns out that she is part of a group of like break dancers in Australia, and it's this group is like it's somebody called it like the Illuminati of breakdancing. But basically, all the competitions that were put in place to decide the winners who would qualify to go to the Olympics were somehow connected to her and her husband.
Yeah.
So essentially, she was winning. I saw a video too of her go against this other dude. Oh my gosh, the other dude was 1,000 times better than her, and he lost. So they're basically saying she rigged all these events so that she would win, so she would go to the Olympics.
I've heard that.
She's so bad. How are you that bad?
The frustrating part with
Oh, she's
that
not
is
good?
Not even remotely. Doesn't even
you haven't
look like
seen any of the
breakdancing.
videos?
No, dude.
Dude, it's
Dude.
unreal.
You should look at it's honestly it is a
It's
joke.
laughable.
Like it is
Yeah.
like you're watching it like, okay, where's the punchline? Like this is like a sitcom. It's like watching an old school 90s sitcom where so and so gets voted to go do this tournament and now they have to make it up on the spot.
It looks like Napoleon Dynamite trying to breakdance.
yeah.
It looks like
it's-
scary movie trying to breakdance. Like, you know what I mean? Like how they make fun of those things.
Yeah.
It looks like them doing that in one of their movies.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I
We'll
can't
show
believe you
after.
haven't
It's-
seen any
dude,
clips
It's
of
so
it.
funny.
But,
Incognito.
No, I saw that, and they were talking about how, like, aside from her just rigging her way into the Olympics, it's also the fact that she's destroyed the chance for these other people who deserved to be there.
Yeah, and now they canceled it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be in the next Olympics.
Well, I guess with that though, I correct me if I'm wrong, but
Did she win?
each
She got
She got
0
a 0
points.
0 points.
in
zero.
3 different rounds, 0 points. But
You'll see. You'll understand.
anyway, I heard though that each hosting country can choose
That's true.
an event to be there, and so breakdancing was France's or Paris, yeah, was their choice of thing. So,
They made
so
a lot
I don't
of
know
bad
if it was
choices.
so much banned because of her, so to speak, but it was like their event, and it's definitely not continuing.
So
Like LA's event, I think, is flag football.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
so here.
Tyreek Hill's
So
gonna
when they
drop
come here,
30 on him.
so when
so
they
weird.
come here, do we get to say an event for the winner one too?
Yeah, I think so.
Barn raising.
What?
Get the Amish on it, baby.
Yeah. There's some good
Let's
old
see who
boys down
can build a
south.
barn the fastest.
There's some good old boys
wanna
down
see it go
south.
to-
It's got to be a winter
Related.
sport.
I want to
Like,
see it go to the United Kingdom and do the cheese wheel chase down the hill. I think that'd be great.
Oh, dude, that downhill thing.
Yeah, I think it'd be so funny. You know what you win?
Airsoft.
What?
The cheese.
Really?
That's the reward.
Oh, is it good
The
cheese?
cheese.
Is it good
Those are
cheese?
some of the
Yes, so.
funniest videos I've ever seen.
People get so wrecked.
Airsoft.
Messed up.
Dude, I like
So
the ones
wrecked.
where they
That'd
go
be
down
cool.
the steep hills in the little 4-wheel
Yes.
kid carts,
Yeah.
little Hot
But-
Wheels cars.
On the whole, you said it, the flag football when it comes to LA in a couple years. Dude, if some of our NFL guys go, they're gonna get
That'd be
wrecked.
so dope.
It's gonna be.
And, well, and that's just it. Is it's not even an international sport, so no other countries are really going to have players. And so,
I mean,
like,
they'll
But
probably
there's
send
people
rugby
from
players.
other countries
That's true.
playing in the NFL. There's people from other countries
True.
playing in
That's
the
true.
NFL.
so maybe
pull,
like
pull the boys home.
I mean, you think of some of those guys who can run the 40-yard dash faster than any NFL player. It's like now you just teach them how to catch a ball.
Well, that's just it. So Tyreek Hill.
Tackle.
Oh, I know. Tyreek's another story.
Tyreek Hill actually challenged the gold medalist to a
Foot race?
yeah.
That'd be dope.
Dude, Tyreek Hill is scary.
At one
fast.
point, he was faster than Usain Bolt, wasn't
Tyreek? In a short sprint, yes.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, not in a long one. Usain
But
Bolt
that's what
is
I mean.
crazy
It's like
quick.
you put Mahomes and like I don't know. I just don't
Yeah,
see other countries
yeah,
walking away with.
baby.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dominate.
Let me pull out my American flag and a shotgun, baby.
Jeez.
My American pride gonna show.
Sick.
America.
F yeah.
I love it. I love it
I was
so
thinking
much.
that when we start talking about stuff to be proud of. I'm like,
Yeah, dude. September 1st. Actually, are the Paralympics going on right now?
They're, I think, about to start.
Hometown hero Hunter Woodhall. Bring us home that gold, baby. He's in the.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah, bud. Do you know who that is?
Can't let your
Yeah,
wife be
Patrick.
the only one.
Okay, all right. Because when I said all this stuff last time, I was like, I don't even know if he remembers.
Oh no, I remember. We drove the cars together.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
what's his event?
He's I think he does 4x4 and maybe a few others. I'm not entirely sure. I do not know track, dude. I try to understand track, but
Dude, I listened to a Paralympian on Daniel Tosh's podcast. I can't remember the guy's name now, but he was a track runner, and
He's a runner. He's a track star.
Tosh asked the question that if it's ever brought up that it's unfair, their blades that they run on, whatever they call those, have more of an advantage than people with
not at all.
legs.
No,
And-
you remember years ago there's a Blade Runner, as I like to call him, in the regular Olympics, and he got smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would always joke and say that it has that extra spring, but
Right.
dude, it is
They're
solid
solid.
steel.
Yeah. See, and that's
Like
kind of
you're
how
running
he explained
basically
it,
on a
too.
peg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has less flex than your ankle.
Yeah, by far. It would be dope though if they did add a little bit of spring in
Yeah,
there.
Little
way cool.
sauce.
Dude, it's like that
a
guy.
little sauce on it.
Yeah.
I want to say it was a comedian that joked about
Cat
why
Williams?
not. Was it?
Sorry.
No, it was like why not have enhancers in sports?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
let's really see what they can do.
Yeah,
They should
let's
make a
push the
special
limits.
Olympics for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Isn't that Bill Burr?
Maybe it was, I can't remember.
I know what you're talking
Dude,
about.
they
Because
could-
I want to say he brings it up first with like baseball because he was talking about like Jose Canseco back in the day getting in trouble for steroids, and it's like nah, like let's push the wall back a couple more feet and let him
Yeah,
juice
I think
it
it's
up.
Bill
and-
Burr because
yeah.
he cracks a joke about one of the players coming on. He's just a peck.
yeah.
He's just one giant peck swinging a bat.
Dude, if they did that, put some sauce on those blades,
It'd be
they
fun.
could do the long jump and the 100-meter at the same time.
Yeah.
Dash. You know what I mean? They just
Yeah.
No,
That'd be rad.
it's the long jump and hurdles at the same time.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, any last things?
I don't know if we said it or not, but speaking of the Olympics, Utah was confirmed to have the Olympics.
Yeah,
like
2034.
34.
Rent
Wait,
my
I
house.
don't know.
I'm
It
renting
might
my
be
house.
2036.
Getting out.
I don't know.
Oh, we did talk about it because now you saying the renting the house thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Rent the house.
Yeah, dude.
Go on vacation.
The
for a
thing that
month.
blows my mind is it's like, yeah, they'll be here in 10 years. And it's like, that doesn't sound that far away. And then I'm like, Brindley will be 24. Like, I'm just like, holy hell. Like, I could be a grandpa by the time the Olympics get here.
Weird.
That's weird.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, dude.
Weird.
Oh, shut up with that talk.
You're
oh
old.
my gosh. Wait, so like she'd be 24.
She'd be 24.
I'll don't be 18. Hopefully, I better not be a grandpa then.
Because I'm trying to think. Jenny was, let's see, she was 20. Jenny was 21, 22-ish when she had Brindley. So, yeah,
Wow.
could definitely happen.
Although, heck, I mean, the earlier might be better. You'll have more energy to enjoy them.
Yeah.
To run away.
I want to be, I mean, not, like, realistically, not humorously, I want to be a young grandparent just for that sake, because I want to be able to play with my grandkids and not be that old,
Still beat up their
brittle.
dad. Yeah.
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 So,
Love it. Okay. Now, what are we running out on time here?
122.
Okay.
Well,
An
goodbye.
hour 22?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
wrap it up.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Does anyone got a joke?
No,
to end
I
it on?
actually was just thinking that. I'm like,
I've
I
got a
wish I had
joke.
one.
I've got a joke if no one else has a joke. Don't read my phone.
Give us your joke.
Okay. If you step on a person's foot, they open their mouths, just like a trash can. Dad joke.
Is that the whole joke?
That is the whole joke.
Oh,
That's
what part were we supposed
that's
to
a
laugh
pretty
at?
trashy joke.
And Tony saves the day. Oh, come on. Let's hear your joke.
I don't even understand how that was a joke. That was more of a statement.
Well, yeah.
That's why it's garbage.
Fine.
He does it again.
I read it in my head and I thought it was funny. Obviously, my delivery was not great. But hey, Allie.
Oop.
There you go. Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
We will pretend I'm funny tonight.
That's the
Same
funniest
thing
you
as every
said.
night.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Oh man.
Hashtag's gonna
Bad
be
joke.
trash.
Oh, there you go.
And,
Hashtag trash.
That's the punchline right there. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys here next week.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks so much.
Hey, love you guys.
Arrivederci.
Thanks for being part of this crowd. Wait, where's that?
Ciao.
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 Fits the